All around the world, conspiracy theorists attempt to explain the perceived threats and secrets of corrupt governments and large organizations. It seems these people live in a constant pursuit of wisdom, and these conspiracists try to uncover the truth behind some of the biggest news stories, from alleged UFO sightings to the real culprit of the JFK assassination. Welcome to You Catch That, and today we will explore the top 10 greatest conspiracy theories. Number 10. The JFK Assassination. Some of the most popular conspiracy theories in the US surround the Kennedy assassination. On November 22, 1963, President John F. Kennedy participated in a presidential motorcade in the Dealey Plaza of Dallas, Texas, when 2 bullets entered his upper back and head. Lee Harvey Oswald had been arrested 70 minutes after the assassination of the president, and 2 days later, Jack Ruby, a nightclub owner, killed Oswald on live television. President Lyndon B. Johnson established the Warren Commission to investigate the incident and concluded Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. However, many conspiracists believe there might be more to this story. Some believe the CIA hired Oswald because of the president's reactions to communism and the Bay of Pigs invasion. Others believe the Mafia, Cuba, or the Soviet Union ordered the assassination. After videos released 12 years after the incident, people claimed Lee Harvey Oswald could not kill the president with as much accuracy from his location. A scientist at IMSG concluded, however, that Oswald did in fact assassinate JFK. Number 9. The Disappearance of Johnny Gosch. Johnny Gosch worked as a paperboy in West Des Moines, Iowa, and disappeared without a trace between 6 and 7 a.m. on September 5, 1982, during his newspaper run. As of 2021, without any evidence or leads, the case came to a stop and remains unsolved, but conspiracy theories galore surround his evidence. One theory claims he had been forced into a child sex ring in Nebraska. His mother, Noreen Gosch, claimed Johnny escaped from his captors and visited her with an unidentified man in March 1997. She claimed her son told her that he had been a victim of a pedophile organization and had been cast aside when he reached a certain age, but feared for his life and lived under an assumed identity. Gosch's father, John, divorced from Noreen in 1993, has publicly expressed uncertainty as to whether such a visit occurred. Many have also speculated that the visit did occur, but someone else pretended to be Johnny. The case received huge publicity in 2006 when his mother claimed to have found photographs on her doorstep depicting Gosch in captivity. Some of the photos received had been children from a case in Florida, but one boy in the photos had never been identified. Noreen Gosch insists that the boy is Johnny. Gosch's picture had been the first to be featured on milk cartons as part of a campaign to find missing children. Number 8. The Safeguard Complex in North Dakota. The United States built the Stanley R. Mickelson Safeguard Complex in North Dakota in the 1970s to detect incoming missiles. The $500 million building seems to be shaped like an unfinished pyramid, much like the one you see on the back of the dollar with a round circle on each face. Mysteriously, the building had been opened in an operation for only 1 day. It opened on October 1, 1975, and closed on October 2, 1975, when Congress decided to end the program, leading many to construct conspiracy theories. One details how the Illuminati uses the building because of its pyramid shape, which represents Freemasonry, the teachings of the largest secret society. Number 7. The Yellowstone Volcano. Yellowstone National Park stretches across 3,500 square miles of wilderness, wild animals, and gorgeous landscapes. But an active volcano extends 44 miles beneath Yellowstone, and if it erupts, it could wipe out the entire US. The volcano last erupted 630,000 years ago, but some conspiracists believe the next eruption could happen any day, and that the US has drawn up contingency plans. This conspiracy theory covers 3 beliefs. Number 1, that the Yellowstone supervolcano is on the verge of a devastating eruption. Number 2, the US government has evidence that reveals when the eruption will occur. And number 3, government agencies like the USGS are hiding that information from the American people. Its position on the most hazardous volcanoes list remains at a solid number 21 out of 161 since 2005. In the second highest risk category. This category means that one day the Yellowstone volcano may threaten people through volcanic activity of some kind. Again, this categorization does not in any way indicate when the volcano will erupt. And indeed, there are zero signs that it will erupt in the near future. Most of its magma reservoir remains in a solid state, which means the volcano will not be close to a catastrophic end times eruption. Number 6. Martin Luther Assassin. On April 4, 1968, James Earl Ray assassinated Martin Luther King Jr. as he stepped out of his balcony at the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee. Ray had been caught 2 months later. However, many people, including King's own children, did not believe the killer acted alone. Some believe the FBI or the Ku Klux Klan orchestrated the assassination and James Earl Ray had been framed. The US Justice Department investigated the death on 3 separate occasions. They once concluded that there may have been a wider conspiracy. Number 5. Roswell, Mexico. The famous Center for UFO-Focused Conspiracy Theories. On July 4, 1947, Mac Brazel went out to his sheep pasture in Roswell, New Mexico and found some unusual objects including metallic sticks, foil reflectors, and paper scraps. He called the local sheriff, who then called the Roswell Army Air Force, where the officials took away the pieces in armored trucks. A few days later, the Roswell Daily Record published an article titled "RAAF Captured Flying Saucer on Ranch in Roswell Region," sparking conspiracy theories that would last decades. Many believe that the pieces found in the field had been from an alien ship, even though officials said the pieces came from a broken weather balloon. In 1994, the United States Air Force published a report identifying the crashed object as a nuclear test surveillance balloon from Project Mogul. A second Air Force report published in 1997 concluded that stories of alien bodies probably stem from test dummies being dropped from high altitude. Conspiracy theories about the event nevertheless persist, and the Roswell incident continues to be of interest in popular media. The incident has been described as the world's most famous, most exhaustively investigated, most thoroughly debunked UFO claim. Number 4. The UFO in Flora, Mississippi. February 10, 1977 marked a very important day in UFO conspiracy theory history. Several police officers claimed to have seen a strange object hovering in the sky in Flora, Mississippi over the top of a forest. One of the officers said of the UFO it was approximately 15 to 18 feet off the ground, blue in color, kind of metallic blue, portholes around the center of it shaped like an old spitting top kids used to use. The officers followed the UFO until it vanished over the tree line. Years later, there seemed to be 2 spots in the forest that measure about 15 feet each where nothing grows. But there has never been a formal explanation. Number 3. The Denver International Airport. The Denver International Airport extends almost twice the size of Manhattan, New York, and every corner of the massive transportation hub seems to be filled with conspiracy theories. For starters, the airport reaches $2 billion over budget, leading some to believe the expensive travel hub has an underground structure that maintains some kind of bunker or headquarters for the supposed world-controlling group, the Illuminati. Others believe neo-Nazis built the airport because markers and plaques around the airport say funded by the New World Airport Commission. But no information can be found about the organization anywhere. Some even say the runways form a swastika if viewed from above. Number 2. The Chamber on Mount Rushmore. Many people know Mount Rushmore as one of the most recognizable landmarks in the US. The stone faces of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. But not many people know about the hidden chamber behind Lincoln's head. The sculptor Gutzon Borglum created an 18-foot door behind the landmark that leads to an open room 74 feet long and 35 feet high. Borglum intended to place America's prized possessions in this room, called the Hall of Records. While the room does contain important historical documents like the US Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, the government sealed the chamber from the public, which led many to create theories. Some believe the government seems to be hiding something secretive in there, like proof of alien beings. Others believe the chambers hold hidden treasures, an idea explored in Nicolas Cage's National Treasure: Book of Secrets. Number 1. The Monument in Elberton, Georgia. In 1980, the Elberton Granite Company built a monument in Elberton, Georgia known as the Georgia Guidestones. Each face consists of 10 guidelines written in 8 languages, which seem to be a set of rules for humans. For instance, one inscription reads, "Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature," while another reads, "Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason." The man who paid for the monument gave an alias, so no one knows who built this strange edifice or why. Some think the inscriptions tell us the future and give us a guideline for how to rebuild after an apocalypse. Others believe Satanists or the New World Order, a secret world-controlling group, built the sculpture to promote their agenda. Want to see more content? Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with the best of Top 10. What do you want to see next?